Hey guys, it's Stephen Freeborn here from freeborntrainingsystems.com, and real quick, I wanted to address a question that I think a lot of dudes have. In particular, a lot of dudes who are trying to get jacked and fit have is, should I be doing a really comprehensive, dynamic, drawn out 15-20 minute long warm-up if my goals are to add muscle mass, minimize fat gain, or maximize fat loss? That is, I want to be jacked, I want to be fit, and that means most of my time exercising is going to be spent lifting weights. The short answer would be definitely yes. You need to be doing some kind of warm up. The modifier being that the warm up culture has kind of swung too far in the opposite direction from where it was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, nobody had an intelligently designed warm up. Everybody hopped on the treadmill, hopped on the stationary bike, did 5-10 minutes, and then went over to the other side of the gym where they actually did their workout. And then now the pendulum has swung all the way to the other side, where now we have these big, huge, elaborate warm-ups that start with breathing, or they usually start with some kind of soft tissue manipulation, then they start with some breathing, then they start with resets, and then they start with activations and blah, 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 so on and so forth. And then before you know it, the warm-up in and of itself is its own workout and training session, where you've got an hour of warm-up and movement prep and an hour of actually lifting weights or getting after it and training. And the problem with that is that the warm-up is really more than anything meant to get you ready to train. And so you really only need the minimum effective dose to get you ready to train. That being the shortest amount of time, the shortest number of exercises to prep you for whatever you're going to do in that training session. The warm-up is not meant to fix anything. It's not meant to gain mobility. It's not meant to, it's not meant to make a ton of progress in any area. It's meant to prep your body for the training session you have ahead. And it should start out rather general, and it should move very specific very quickly. So if you're somebody who is training to be jacked and fit, and you want to be super muscular and you're doing shoulders and triceps, you should really do a few exercises as a warm-up that are going to prep your shoulders and prep your elbows to be under load, and then move into your training session and get after it. That warm-up should take 5-8 minutes tops, and then you should begin moving into that training session period. I think a lot of dudes right now are feeling the pressure that they need to have this super intelligently designed warm-up that shows that they know how to train and structure a training program properly to balance out their meathead tendencies in their training programs, which is to lift heavy stuff, do a ton of volume, do curls, and get super jacked. You don't need to do that. If your goal is to be an elite athlete and you have very elite performance goals, then the warm-up and the importance of it is going to change a little bit, and the structure of it's going to change a little bit. But for most guys, that's not the case. Most guys are trying to get more muscle. They're trying to minimize fat gain and maximize fat loss, and they're usually alternating between those two realms, which means your warm-up really should be small. It should prep your joints to be under load, whatever you're going to load that day. And then if you're serious about improving your mobility, or you're serious about becoming a better mover, set aside separate time to work on those things, but don't make your warm-up 30 or 45 minutes to focus on those and then move into your training session. Get to the gym, warm up, train, right? And then plan out your program better so you can dedicate time throughout your week to those other things like mobility, which definitely should be part of your weekly allotment of time, because mobility is going to get more and more important the older you get. Yes, strength training through a full range of motion helps you maintain and strengthen the ranges of motion you have, but over time we can become stiff and tight, and we can begin to lose range of motions. So setting aside some dedicated time for real mobility training using really scientifically backed principles is important. But to bring it home here, if you're a dude who's trying to get jacked and fit, yes, you should be warming up, but your warm-up should not be 15-20 minutes. It should be 5-8 minutes tops. Move into your warm-up, and the goal of your move into your training session, the goal of your warm-up should be to prep your joints, get them warm, use the range of motion they have, and prepare them to go under load. I hope that helps. I hope it clears it up. I hope it saves you a ton of time in the gym, makes your workouts much more intense and much more effective. If you guys have any questions about this, you want to talk about your program specifically with me, and discuss maybe what your warm-up should look like, please reach out. Steven at freeborntrainingsystems.com. Comment below, and then reach out to me on social media. I'm always happy to talk with you guys. I'll even get on a call with you guys if you just want to, chat about or spit about your warm-up, how it affects your training program, what it should look like, all that good stuff. So the only thing I'd ask of you guys, again, like always, is if you like my videos and they're helping you, please share them with somebody you know who would enjoy them as well. Subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up. Any support you guys can give me is highly appreciated, because the more support you guys give and the more you share my content, the more dudes we help, the more dudes get jacked and fit, and the bigger Freeborn Training Systems Nation gets. So I would appreciate that. But I'll be back with more. So until then, I hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys later.